Hello, welcome to our video channel, and it's Kay in front of the camera, and it's
Maggie behind.
Okay, and we're doing our Book Nook Intrigue greenhouse. So this is brand new to us. So we've got a shed and a greenhouse. So this is the greenhouse. So I must admit, I'm quite pleased with these.
It's a beautiful design. Oh, I'm just going to get something so you can show at the end.
Oh right, okay, right. Okay, so I'm going to start with the base and the sides, so they fit in like that and that, and then you have the door bit with the door. So I've taken the door out. Okay, so that's the door bit let's get this the right way around, shall we? There we go, at the front, and then you've got the rear of the greenhouse at the back. Now when you see, you've got these bits here, these are all tabbed in and they come with you, they come with it. So you end up with an awful lot of these, which you can use for little tiny projects of your own. You can make little planters and things out of it. But anyway, you can either, or you can put them in the bin. But you've got little, or you can little plaques with our leaves on it, and you can make little mini
They don't know what your leaves are about, do they?
Well,
we'll do that at the end.
We'll do that at the end. So. Anyway, so I'm going to put this together. So I'm going to put a bit of tape around here. So this is our repositional tape, our orange tape from the Tiger tape range. So, which is brilliant for putting MDF bits together. Okay, so I do that, and I put one at the end. Oops, like that, and then I put two at each side. So one for that side. And one for that side. There's a lot of bits to this greenhouse, but it is fairly simple to put together. Okay, so that's your base, and I'm going to put the glue around the edges and then put everything together, so you can get the base. So once you put the base in, it's fair. The structure in, it's easy to see where you're going. So obviously I put a bit of glue on here. I'm using our bookbinding glue, but it's a good PVA, so you can use any good PVA. You can use a wood glue, a specific MDF glue if you want to, a quick grab glue. If you're doing a quick grab glue, you just need to get a bit of a move on, because I'm using our PVA glue, because you get a little bit more wiggle room. It's quite a quick grab, but it's not ultra quick, so you do have a little bit of wiggle room, which does help when you're putting these things together. So I just put that on here like that. The most boring part is watching me put glue on, I think. So boring, Maggie's just bit off and doing something else. Not quite sure what she's doing, but she's doing something else. There we go. So I'll carry on. Okay, and last little bit. There we go. Okay, I've put far too much glue on. You probably don't slightly less than that. So I put that together, and then put the base up. Oops, put that side up. Get it the right way around. That just fits in like that, and then I'll just put it like that. With all the ones I tend to put a little bit of pressure on, push it in, and just a little bit of pressure, tension on the tape. Not too much or you'll tear it, but just enough just to give it a nice square finish. So I put that in, just turn that around so it gets right around. And wiggle that through. Well, now I'm doing something more interesting. She's come back.
What?
I said, watching me putting glue on is probably the most boring bit.
Yeah, I went and had a little sleep.
So much so Maggie just a bit off and does something else.
I wanted her to sleep.
There we go. And then I was going to put a little bit of tape just on those pieces there to make sure they're nice and square.
Unfortunately, we haven't got a finished sample to show you on this video because they're actually all...
Oh, they're on TV, aren't they?
All at TV at the minute, but there are some truly astonishing ones, and wait until you see Kay's decorated greenhouse.
Oh, Jenny's is brilliant though.
Yes, Jenny's, that's the shed, isn't it, though? So.
No,
the greenhouse as well, yes, I forgot that.
Yeah, she's done a steak.
That should arrive today.
Oh, good, that's all right.
So. And yours is the first scratch and sniff book nook, isn't it, Kay?
Because it's cheap. If you're doing plants and what have you, to get the soil, there's a couple of cheats you can use. So a lot of people use tea, but you can also use coffee grounds. So in the base of my greenhouse, I used coffee grounds, and it was a new bag of, well, it was an unused bag of coffee I found in the back of the cupboard, but it had 2019 written on it, so I thought I better not use it. So I thought, oh, I know I can use that for. So it didn't go to waste. But you get, every time you take the lid off, take the roof off, you get a hit of coffee.
Yeah, it's really nice. And it surprises people as well. When I took it yesterday to TV, I said to Jess, here, smell here. And she's like, what?
Okay, that's the base. And then you just wipe off any excess glue and just leave that to dry for about an hour or so if you could. That would make life easier, because it's nice and secure then. Okay, so that's your base. So the roof part, so here's one I did earlier.
Ooh.
So the roof part comes with two parts. Now, they are different because they are slightly different. So that's, this side here is wider.
Right,
So when you put them together, you can see that, and Maggie's going to zoom in.
I'm trying to remember how to do it.
Well, she might zoom out first.
Yeah, I might. So just bear with me. Oh, yeah, wrong way. Oh, here we go. Right, I'm zoomed right in. Yes, so you can see when it's stuck on, lined up on top, you can see one side's wider.
Yeah, it's quite obvious when you put them together. So.
Okay, I'm zooming out now.
Okay, I'm just going to take the excess. I don't need the tape on here because it's dry. I probably should have taken it off before, but I didn't. Oops, okay, so take the tapes off there. There you go, so that's your greenhouse without the yellow tape on it. Okay, so what you're going to do first is...
Hold on, I'm just going to...
is tape. I tend to do it from the small one first, so the slightly narrower one, and you tape it so that it's flush like that. Now, if I put that up like that, can you see that?
Hold on. Yeah, and if you tip the bottom towards you a bit more, okay? Other way. And come down. Perfect, we can see exactly where it is at the top.
Okay, so if I move it out and put it back in again, you'll see.
Yep.
Perfect.
Okay. Right, zooming out.
Right, so I'm now going to tape that so it does keep like that, so it just stays put.
So you're just taping it?
I'm just taping it. I'm taping it on the other side.
So it's flush both ends and
it should be flush
right up at the top.
Yeah, and it's lined up at the top, so it's flush both ends like that, and just put the tape on. Like that. Okay, and I'll put a little bit of tape in the middle bit so it doesn't drop.
And then you've got your little overhang, haven't you, just over the windows. Yeah.
Right, so it's going to look like that. And that's just taped, it's not glued. It's not
perfect.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a bead of glue all the way along here, but I'm going to try and avoid here and there. Okay, I'm just going to put it along the top, okay? And then I'm going to put the longer bit on like that. So that when it's together, it's going to look like that, and I'm going to take that into place until it's dry.
And is the slanty bits, they're both, it's flush against the other one, so there's
yes,
nothing
it's flush.
over.
Yeah, yep. So do you want me to point that up again? Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, does that make sense now?
Yes, it does.
If I move it out of the way and put it back in again, you can see what I've done.
Yes, that's better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so,
yeah.
And then it's got a slight overhang on the other side, so that's what I'm
doing.
doing.
So it's the wider strip that's at the top on the pointy bit.
Yeah. Because when it's dry, when you've painted it, it won't make
why, I'm just asking out of interest, why are you not putting glue on that little bit that you said avoid?
Because I want to, if you want to take the roof off, you can stick it to the base, haven't you?
That's very sensible.
So it was one of the things I was just saying is obvious, but yes, I suppose yes, that would be the reason why.
Come on, this is me.
Well, yeah, don't do it to find out why you would do it. So put that on, and then you need to take this piece. Oops, take that. So it's nice and flush.
How long did it take you to design this one, Kay?
Actually, it wasn't too bad.
You've had it in your head for a long time.
Yeah, I think I tend to have them in my head for a bit, and they sort of meander around a bit, and then I'd work out. Oh yeah, I could do that, couldn't I? It's trying to do it so it's simple enough for everybody to do it without making it complicated. I do try and make it as simple as possible. So right, so
she has to.
Right, so then put a bit of tape on here. So making sure you don't move it, just put a bit of tape on there just to keep that nice and secure, and it's okay. And then you just leave that to dry, and ideally when that's dry, it should, when you take tape off, it should lift off. But then we can come back to the rest of the roof, which is these bits, when we've done that bit, okay. So meanwhile, while that's doing its stuff there, we can do our benches. So here's one I did earlier.
These are brilliant, but watch the video.
Okay, so these are easy, honestly.
They are.
So I wanted to do it so you can get it all nice and parallel, and I put them together. Yeah, when I did it, you obviously untab your bench sides, and you end up with 2 bits. If I get undo them, I'll put them in there.
And when we say untab, there's little tiny
tabs.
That you
can see the ends of them there, like that.
Yeah.
Now, don't throw this piece away because Jenny used this piece. I'm just going to break it off. She used this bit and stuck it on the top of her roof. So she obviously added the other side as well.
Can you angle it because we can't see the effect that it is?
To get that.
Perfect.
So she's used that, which
really
was a
clever.
Genius idea. So do not waste your bits. So what you think might be waste, you can use it. And then these bits here, you can use as little panels along. Little panels. Oops.
You could make little window boxes, couldn't you?
Yeah, or you can make window boxes. So don't throw anything away because it'll be useful. So I'll just leave that to one side for later. Okay, so you end up with these 2 bits, and you also end up with a piece like this, and it's tabbed all the way down there. So I've taken the tabs out, and I've stuck them to some tape so I wouldn't lose them. Now, when you've done it, when you've finished, you might have one. You should have one extra. I'll put one extra in there because a little one you might lose one, so that's why you've got an extra one, just in case. There is a reason why I know that. Okay, so the other thing I did was, if you put them together and you just stick them like that, was really cumbersome. So the easiest way I found to do it was to get a piece of our repositionable tape, stick it, just to stick this bit on here, so it sticks on like that. And I'm going to get a bit more because I've just got, it's a bit short. So let's put that on there like that. At the end. So I'll lift up exactly what I've done in a sec. Okay. So just push that down. So you want it, so you don't want it any further than that because you need to take it off in a minute. So you just want it secured enough in place. Okay. And then you get this piece here and you put this one onto that side like that. And then you put these in. So do the first one and press down. And the second one and press down. And then just wiggle these around till it's like that. So what you find then is that this is all going to be nice and parallel. And then you just work up. So this bit can be a bit boring, but I'll just do a couple and then we'll speed up the end bit and then you can see how it goes. So just do another one. So you just hold that in place.
Do you find it easier to put put 2 in the far end so it like really holds it in place?
You can do if you want to, but I didn't find it particularly necessary. It's up to you, but I didn't. I just found it easy to hold it like that. But if you find it easy to do the other way around, and then you just literally just work your way through. I might as well just do this in real time then, mightn't I, as I'm here?
Yeah.
So just make sure that's pushed in.
It's much quicker when you're doing it than when I did it.
Well, I've done a few, so I'm a bit more practiced. It took me a little while to work it out. I thought, oh no, I've designed it, it's lovely. I said, how to put it together. And I thought, oh no, we'd never cope with it. Doing it upright, you'd never cope with it.
Well, I didn't read the instructions to start with, so I tried it upright, and I just thought, no, there's obviously a reason why Kay's done it this way.
Yeah, reading the instructions does help.
It does. And Kay and Sam spend a lot of time doing these instructions.
Yeah, Sam particularly enjoys doing it.
It's your favourite task, the pair of you, isn't it?
So just work your way through. Okay, so it's quite. Oh, perhaps I'd have got enough, because I didn't lose.
No,
There's one lugging down here.
There's one there as well.
Oh, okay. That's it, and there's one spare, so don't worry if you have one spare, because you are, yeah, I did put a spare one in there, because it's easy to lose it. Right, so you take that out. So these are all nice and parallel now. Now this is a bit why you don't want it too sticky, because you want to keep these in place, but remove this. So you should just lift off gently. So hold these in place, and lift that up, and remove that. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you put a bit of glue all the way down here. So on these little bits. So a little dab of glue on there.
This is what you're going to demo on telly, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it can be a bit on the tricky side. It's not difficult, but it's just one of those things you just need to get your head around it.
But you've shown a really good way and an easy, achievable way to do it, Kate.
Yes. Okay, so now they should all squidge in. Except obviously as soon as you get it onto the screen, it doesn't. There you go. You squidge that on like that, and you just push that down and leave it, and then you do exactly the same on the side.
Do you have an overlap each side?
Yes, yeah. We don't have to if you don't want to, but it looks nicer if you have an overlap.
Yeah.
So it's entirely up. It's your bench, so if you don't want an overlap on each side, don't have one. But I personally think it looks better. But
yeah, I agree. Well, that's how they are usually, isn't it?
yeah. So just a little drop of glue on each one. And then exactly the same on the other side. I don't know how much of his face it means, I'll just put it down. Like that. Because it's going to be underneath, I'm not going to bother about taking the glue excess off. Right, squidge it down, just hold it for a second or two, and you know it's all nice and square, and then leave it alone until it's dry.
No matter how much you're tempted, because I'm telling you now, one will fall out.
Right, leave that alone until it's perfectly dry. And as soon as it's dry, when it's dry, it's quite sturdy, and then you can take the tape off. So I've done the little one as well. I'll take that one off. So that's your little staging bits.
So do you get two long ones and a short one?
You get two long ones, so and then that sits on the end like that.
Yeah.
If you want it. If you don't want it, on my greenhouse I didn't have that one in there. But if you want it in there, you can. You don't have to have it in there at all. So anyway, so that's your staging done. So we'll go back to our roof, and it's had a little while to stick. So we'll take that off. Take the tape off. Take off, and that should be, no, it will be that bit of tape there. There we go. Right, and that is your roof off. Okay, so what you're going to do now is put your endy bits on. So you've got your finials. I'm not quite sure what you call the endy bits.
Are they the gables?
Okay, oh, it could be the gables, yeah.
Eaves are the bit underneath, aren't
Yeah.
they?
So you're going to stick it so it looks like that. Can you?
Right, if you move your fingers and I'll zoom in.
Yeah, I just want to just line it up. Okay, so
Angle it.
Which way?
Sorry, you need to turn. That's it. Okay, right. Oh, where's the button gone? Right.
So it's flush.
Hang on. That's it.
So it's flush here.
Yep.
And you've got a little step there.
That's perfect. Yeah,
Okay.
the pointy bit. Yep.
All right. So you're going to stick that one down there. So it gets a bit more to take back.
And there's no right or wrong side with that, is there? It doesn't matter which way you stick it round.
No, it
just
doesn't. No, it makes
which
it-
side you use.
No. So put your glue on. There we go. Right, so just position those. And you've got a little tiny bit of wiggle room just to make sure it's nice and square. Right, okay, and then you can put your first finial on if you want to. Just going to move that tape out. That's it down. And then put your finial on, and I'll just put it so it fits in like that. Okay, so it fits in like that. So what I'm going to do is just leave that for a minute or two, and then literally put that one. Actually, it might be right actually. Yeah, I'll risk it. So I'm going to put the other one as well. So what I'm going to do is then just use my bit of waste for the time being, and I'll put that on like that so it'll be nice and level. And that can be just drying nicely in the corner, and we come back to our and we're going to put a glaze in. So we're going to glaze the base now. So you get lots of bits of this. I've started these off already. They've all come with plastic coverings, and you take off those, and that's your glazing. Okay, so I'll take those off. So we'll just glaze it as we go. So you can use glossy accents if you like, or you can use, oops, I've stuck it down on a piece of paper which wasn't very heavy, or you can use our Pro Tape. So I'm going to put a bit of tape on, and it's a little bit on the thick side, so turn that off, and then just cut down to thin it.
This is our 6mm double-sided acid-free Pro Tape.
It is, yeah.
And it's brilliant for using this.
Okay.
And don't have the bright idea, which I did once, not with this, oh, I'll put my windows in first before I assemble it, because if you do that, you'll end up with glue all over your windows.
Right, so you peel that off. I stuck it down too much, and I shouldn't have done it. That's it. There we go. That's coming off the carrier bit. There we go. Right, so put that on there.
So what you're doing is putting the tape on the wooden struts in between.
Now,
Yep.
what I would have done is painted this first.
Okay.
So the last thing you do is put your glazing on, but I'm showing you how to put the glazing in. So I would definitely paint it first before you put the glazing in. Just put that down there. You don't need to put vast amounts of tape on.
Because it is so sticky, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm just going to put those on the top bits there. So you can use that. You can use glossy accents as well. Right, the advantage of glossy accents is it's a bit quicker. The disadvantage is if you drop the plastic, you end up with a lump of glossy accents on your glass. Which is a greenhouse, I suppose it doesn't matter too much, but you don't particularly want to do that. There is a reason why I know that.
And if your windows look all greasy and everything afterwards, just use a bit of surgical spirit to clean it off.
Yeah. I'm going to say that's one of the reasons why you'd want to do this after you've done the
painting and decorating
and decorating of it. So I'm just going to go around and put tape on the. All I'm doing is I'm putting it on the uprights. I don't think you need it anywhere else. So
I'm just going to go.
So let's pull that off. Right. Again, this is a bit like me putting literally just about glue again. Let's put those on there. Oops. So you can use you've got your multi-purpose tool. It gives you an extra hand. Whoops. No, the wrong angle for that. So I use a knife to cut that. So it's definitely sticky stuff, right? Okay, now we'll go around. Now these windows here, I'm going to put them on both sides. These are the front windows, so I'm going to put them on both sides. And it's up to you how you want to do your door, because this is glass goes, or your plasticky bit goes on that door. So you could have it either as a hinge door if you want, or you could put it to one offset it slightly and have it as if it was a sliding door. So I'm just going to carry on doing this. So what I mean is, have it either have a door that opens and closes, or you could have it to one side, and then it was one of those doors that does that. Either on the inside. If you do it on the inside, you're going to impede on your staging. So you probably want it on the outside. So you can go on the outside if you want to. Okay, carry on doing this. So I found this is the easiest way of cutting this in half. So peel that off. Again, you can do your greenhouse how you like. I was going to do another one up. I was going to paint it white, so I haven't got a white one. The last one I did was wooden.
How are you doing?
Jenny's done a fantastic steampunky one. So I definitely want to do a white one, I think, with lots of palms in it, and have it like a tea room, like a very posh tea room, I think. Definitely inspired. Jenny did a black and white diamond floor, which is brilliant. So I definitely was inspired by that. So I think so, like Victorian palm house type vibe, I think. There we go. Right. We're nearly getting there. It's just a long, slow process. Sorry about this. So hopefully you would have speeded this piece up. That's it. Okay. And painting, you can paint this with a brush, but I haven't tried it yet, but I might try, if I'm doing it white, I'll spray paint it. Right, there we go. Right, okay, let's start glazing. So let's start. Glue off there. And let's pull that across. Right, so obviously Maggie got bored, so she's disappeared off, so I'm hoping that you can still see this. So I'm just going to peel off my backing and get all the backing off. There you go. Right. And then I'm just going to lay that down. There we go. That's as easy as that. Okay. So we'll just work our way round. That's for the door, which I won't do now, but that's for the door. And a smaller one here going for the other window. And let's peel those off. And then that goes like that. Okay, so peel that across. Ooh, I'm losing a sticky on here. Right, come on, that's it. That one. Okay, and this is a big one. Now you've got 4 of this style, so the smaller ones are for the main body and the bigger ones are for the roof. So the wider ones for the roof, so just keep, they're both the same size for the roof. So the slightly narrower ones are for the main body of the greenhouse. So make sure you get the right way around.
You're not finished it yet, Kay?
No, I haven't finished it yet. I was putting glue on. You disappeared off because you got bored.
I've been loading the machine, showing Rosemary what the dies are.
Oh, right.
Oops, should I have said about the dies? Yes, I should.
Oh, well, she has. Anyway, they're not a secret anymore.
No,
so,
okay, I'll show you them at the end.
So let's put the work our way round, and obviously this is the back panel one. So there we go. Peel that off. The rustling is
That's me.
the dyes, and Maggie not being subtle. And
I want to build up the anticipation. Oh, it's a good quality plastic as well, isn't it? It's
yeah, well, it's just
nice and thick.
yeah, and it's well protected. Horrible stuff. Right, there we go. There we go. And then that goes on there. I'm going to say the tape is a lot cleaner and simpler than using the glue.
And it's
Once
instant,
you got it in place, as is, yeah.
I missed it, Kate. Did you burnish the tape?
No, I didn't actually. I should have
Oh.
done. I did push it down with my fingers, and I should have just burnished it a bit. I might have to burnish that one because it won't come off. No. Oh, let's do fine. You touch that down.
I'll go away, shall I? I jinxed it.
That's it. There we go. Okay, that's another one. I don't know why I have these two different colours, but I do.
I don't either. It's quite satisfying peeling it off.
And then you're just going to put that on there. Like that. You do want to make sure that your plastic panel doesn't come over this piece here. I'll put there. Because that was huge. Right, so that's everything on there except the door. I'll do that now. So. Right, okay. Slight break. I'm not 100% sure where we went to. The camera went dead after a lot of scurrying around, and Maggie just being home to find her camera. We worked out it wasn't the camera's fault, it was a power supply problem. Anyway, so...
But we sorted it, Kay.
That is all by ourselves. All by ourselves. Who knew? Right, so I'm not quite sure where I got to, but I think I was boring you to death with tape at the time. So while Maggie was gone, I sneaked out and did all the tape, so you don't have to watch any more of it. So on the door one, I've just put some tape on this side, so I'll just take the... Oh, so I'll burnish it. Give it a bit of burnish.
That's because I wasn't here.
And then pull that across. That's it, and pull that across. Push that down. I'll do the same on the other side. Oh, I just decided that it's going to be a hissy fit. No, I should have turned this bit off before we started filming again, but never mind. I didn't. So there we go. So you pull that across like that. Okay, so this is for the door. So I'll just peel those bits off. And put that down. I must admit, it is easier with the tape than it is with the glue. So your door, then you can have either hinged or as a slidey one. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, you could use your waist to make a slidey one.
Yeah, you could do, yeah. So I'll put that aside. Right, so this is the roof. And I've taken that we stuck on earlier, and I've taken the target tape off. So that's your roof, and then I've also put the tape on. So you may be pleased to know. So I'm going to glaze the roof now. So these two pieces are the same. So pull off your backing. And then butt it up to the top, so just so it covers like that. So that's just covering the aperture here. Okay, so you come down a little tad. You don't want it too much because this is the overhang over your body of the thing, so you don't want to.
So did you not have tape on that bit at all along the bottom?
No, the only tape I have is along these 3 struts here.
Okay.
Haven't got any tape anywhere else. I don't think it needs it particularly.
No, it doesn't. Well, that's brilliant then, because then it's not going to stick on the overhang, is it? Or
No, hopefully.
get stuck on anything.
Oops.
So less is more.
So yes, it is, because you only need to pin it in place. You don't need any more than that, because it's not going to be up to the element, is it?
No. And it is a strong tape, so it will hold it.
Yeah. And again, put that one up in the right place as well. Also, the less tape you've got, the more wiggle room you have, so you can commit. There you go, and just give that a squidge. Okay, and then it's virtually invisible. You can't really see.
No, you can't.
You hadn't messed that one bit up. You couldn't see that either. So there you go, just like that. So this should fit onto here like that.
Perfect.
So that's your little, and that's your greenhouse with your door as you want. I'll just put it in there at the moment, like that. So that's your door as you want it on, like that. Then when you put your plants in, you put your staging, fits in like that. And then this should be dry enough now, particularly as we had a break in communications on that one. So that one fits in like that. And then you've got your end one, if you want to use that. Oops. And then
Have we got the little things?
right.
Just show.
So we have got, yes, the miniatures are behind the green chair
In the pot.
back, yeah, in the pot. So we've also designed some miniatures, some greenhouse miniatures to go with this. So this is 3D printed miniatures. So these are some of them, not all of them, but these are some of them. So we have a seed tray.
Yep.
So we put a seed tray in there. We have.
This is where the fun bit starts.
So this is where you can put your seedlings in. And then we've got some pots. So that's one pot. Oops, 2 pots there. So in the kit you get, I think you get 4 of those. You get one of those, 10 of those, and you get one of those, which is a 6th one. Can you see this? This is.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to zoom in a smidge.
And what else do we get? A bag of bits. Okay, and you also get that. So you get a trowel and a fork. You also will get a trug, but that's still that's been printed at the moment. We haven't got that one in. Yeah, and you get a trug as well. So you get 4 of those, a trowel and a fork, a seed tray, large on its own. You get an 18 part one, a 6-part one, and 10 of those little pots.
Do you get any of the... okay.
So and then after that we'll have a garden ornament.
Brilliant.
A garden pots ones.
Ooh.
So to put in those, you need some plants. So to make your plants, you can use these dies. Now these dies are designed. Oh, and don't forget, put your cat in.
Yeah, you'll be in trouble if you don't put your cat in.
Right, these dies are designed for the scale to be between 1 in 12 and 1 in 24. So the bigger leaves, these are our Swiss cheese planty ones. So these ones will probably be more 1 in 12 size, and then that would be part would be between the 2, and this one would be the 1 in 24 size at the bottom.
And what's special about our leaf dies?
Well, they're brilliantly designed, obviously.
They are brilliantly designed.
But when you cut them out, there's no finishing line at the bottom. So when you've cut one out, then you can lift up, then you can colour and shape them individually on a strip, so you don't keep losing them. So
you don't have a pokey hole showing on the leaf.
Yeah, and the idea is you don't have to have the pokey hole. Those holes there are gaps in the leaves, so you don't have the pokey hole showing on the leaf. Hopefully, so that was the Swiss cheese. This is the fern. So again, you go from small to large.
I want to put this behind it because it's hard to see with that green.
So that's the fern, it's ranging from smaller one to the larger one, and you can obviously use the Swiss cheese plant is basically a Swiss cheese plant, but however the fern, you can use the ferns in all different different colourways you can think of, but you can also use them as part ones. So at the moment I'm in the process of doing a peony, so I'm using these as the leaves for the peony.
You could also stick a few together and do like little mini trees.
Yeah, yeah. You could do what do you call it? Those the ones from Australia. The ones with the stems, and there's ones.
No idea.
No,
I'm not a botanist.
Not trendy. Yeah, those ones from Australia with the big stem sticking out. It's not
with the big bit sticking out.
Hardly a Latin term, is it?
What have we got next?
These ones are shaped ones. So these are maple leaves. So you've got a maple leaf shape here, and you got. So it ranges from that size, and that size. Again, when you cut them out, they come out, and you can cut them out as a strip, so you don't lose, particularly these little titchy ones here, the individual dies. So we try to keep the shape all the way down. So obviously the titchy ones would be the 1/24 size, and then going up to the 1/12, and anything in between. So depending on, and you can use these for all sorts of things. So there can be vines for a vineyard, a grape plant. It doesn't have to be for maple at all. So any with that type of shaped leaf you can use for these. And also you get quite a few different, quite a few on one strip. So you're not forever cutting them out. And also they are they should be slightly different. So they should be slightly different on each one. It's slightly different on each one. So that's that one. So again, the same concept again. And these are oak. So again, you have a strip. They cut in. They have a strip. They cut out. There's obviously a strip, and then you can cut out individual ones as you want to. You can colour and shape them on the strip because it does make life easier. And again, you've got oak leaves. Then you've got three different shaped oak leaves, and you've got them in 3 different sizes. So the little titchy ones here. Now you could use those. You can quill those, and you could use those as a centre for a flower if you wanted to. You want to make a big flower. So that's the oak leaves.
And they're not just for miniatures, it's perfect for card making
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and these are ivy.
Go towards you a bit, sorry.
So these are ivy. Again, the same concept again. So there's very slightly different shapes, ivy leaves. 3 different types, and you get a whole strip of them. Again, you get 2 different sizes along here. And then they're perfect for like wreaths and wreaths, Christmas and stuff like that. So that's those ones. And these are the heart-shaped ones. So these are a little bit on the bigger side. So that's heart-shaped leaf. So these are fab for hostas, all sorts of plants with a heart-shaped leaf. And again, you get slight variations in 3 different variations in shape. And again, they go down in different sizes as well. So from the very small to
and flower petals.
Yeah, you can do flower petals out of this. I'm tempted to do a tulip out of one of these as well. So we'll see how we go. Okay, then with that, you get this set, which is our sword leaves. So you get random swordy leaf ones, and these would be good for grasses and things like that. So again, they cut out as a strip. So you can quill these, and you make lovely plants with these. These are the narrow sword leaves, and those are the wide ones. So if I just put, that's wide and that's narrow. So again, you get 2 different sizes. So you get very small. So these are tiny. So these look tiny little stamens. You can be using these as tiny stamens if you want to. Fabulous for I'm going to be using them for bottoms of tulip plants. So with the
rosebuds, you could use those for, definitely.
Yeah, again, we tried them out. You can do a quilling method with that, and then you end up with like a plant that you just put into a pot, and it's really quite simple to do. So you've got the broader leaf, broader sword, narrow one, and then a more random sized one. So that is our leaf one. So you can do lots of things with those.
Brilliant.
Thank you for watching. Oh, let's put the lid on it.
Where's the cat?
The cat's in there. He's having a sleep.
He's having a snooze.
He's having a snooze, is he?
Hold on, I'm zoomed in. Wait a minute.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, and the door fell off, so we'll just have to leave him to the side.
That's
okay.
It.
All right. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.